Myself and Sam Himmelst represent the Chelsea Tenants Association. In August of 2011, the Retreat Group bought the Chelsea, and shortly thereafter began a massive demolition project which spread dust contaminated with lead, silica, and other hazardous material throughout the building, jeopardizing the tenants' health and safety. Pipes burst in several parts of the building, spewing mold throughout. After many attempts to negotiate with the landlord yielded no fruit, the Chelsea Tenants Association began a lawsuit against the landlords in December 2011, seeking an order to correct the hazardous conditions of the building. After the Department of Environmental Protection issued a slew of violations for illegal asbestos removal, and the landlords refused to turn over documents pertaining to this, the tenants began a second lawsuit against the landlords in February 2012. For 4 months, the tenants negotiated in good faith with the landlords, attempting to enter into an agreement with them to correct the hazardous conditions of the Chelsea Hotel. The tenants agreed again and again to extend the deadlines and agreed to concession after concession to get the deal done. Finally, after long and hazardous negotiations, the parties' attorneys entered into a final agreement, and the tenants yielded a sigh of relief. However, the landlords then immediately insisted on a whole nother set of changes. Enough is enough. The Tenants Association refuses to play a game with ever-changing goalposts. Tomorrow we are in court with the landlords, and unless they sign the agreement negotiated in good faith with the tenants, as is, the tenants will continue their battle to protect their health and safety at trial in housing court. Thank you very much.
And our final speaker is somebody who I know I speak on behalf of Tom and Dick. We really want to thank so much for all of his work on this issue and so many others, but in particular helping the tenants here organize and build broad community support for their efforts. The chair of Community Board 4, Cory Johnson.
Thank you, Speaker Quinn. Thank you, Senator Duane, Senator Godfrey. A big thank you to Sam and to Janet for all their advocacy on behalf of the tenants, to Zoe Pappas and all the tenants here at the Chelsea Hotel. And I want to again thank Jose Condi, who has been amazing in Speaker Quinn's office. Enough has been said about the horrendous, unacceptable conditions inside the apartments of the Chelsea Hotel. But what I want to relate today is in Community Board 4's months of dealings with Joseph Chatreet, his lawyers, his lobbyists, and his development staff, there have been repeated misrepresentations, deceptions, and I wouldn't be too far from calling outright lies that are presented to the board, to elected officials, and to the tenants here. When they first came before us, and we asked about many of these issues, they didn't have answers. When we asked for basic answers to what was going to happen to the tenants in the hotel, they didn't have answers. And to string tenants along who have been part of this hotel and this community for such a long time is completely unacceptable, and it spits in the face of this community. I want to say there's been proposed a rooftop addition to the roof of the Chelsea Hotel. When they came before us, we asked, what is going to be on the roof? And the answer was, we don't know. Who builds something on the roof of a hotel who doesn't know what it is? That is a singular, small, but larger point in the dealings that we've had with this developer and with this landlord. We stand with the tenants here today. We are so lucky in Chelsea to have such wonderful elected officials that stand up on behalf of tenants on a very regular basis. And my hope is is that they can preserve the way of life, the tenants that have lived in this hotel, and then when it's all done, and this is corrected or remediated, we can actually have a concert celebrated with the tenants, with Patti Smith, not with the developer. And I want to be there when it happens.
I'm sorry, Sally. What are the specific things you're asking them to lenders to do here? What are we specifically asking the landlord to do?
Want them to sign a consent order that agrees to correct the mold in the apartment in an appropriate manner and protects the health and safety of the tenants, and that also assures that demolition that is performed in the buildings, they're planning a massive demolition project, as you can see, is done in a manner that controls the dust and hazard of the tenants, and that all of the hazardous conditions that the Chelsea lead silica dust, mold are taken care of appropriately.
And what's the demolition project?
Well, as the landlord has filed, I lost count, perhaps 14 different permits, contradictory permits with the Department of Buildings, as you've heard, community board, community board 4 mentioned, they're planning a rooftop addition, they're planning on putting in new elevators, they're planning on demolishing the chases, the pipes, what are they called? The risers,
Interior structure.
they're planning massive demolition and construction of this building.
So Sally, the focus is excuse me, the focus is focus, I think, I'm going to say for a second, legally is twofold. One, immediately address the existing conditions, i.e. the mold, and agree to a specific laid out plan of how you're going to do that. Two, there is, by all permits filed with the city, by what Cory said, coming before board, et cetera, we know this landlord is planning to do a lot more work. We don't know, because they've not been as forthcoming as they should be about exactly why they're doing all that work, but there's also a legal action around how that work will have to be conducted in a way that is safe and legally. When they submit that to like picture of the plan, it'll be under the court.
Yeah, what I want, when the streets took over, I'm Sam Himmelst.
Sam Himmelst, he's one of the other lawyers for the association. It's his firm that's representing the tenant.
When the Streets took over this building, there were 160 occupied rooms. They immediately stopped renting the transient rooms and began renovating all of the vacant apartments. That's the demolition that they're referring to. In their filings with the buildings department, they represented to the buildings department that this was an unoccupied building, despite the fact that there are 80 permanent tenants living in this building. So that's just that's what Cory was talking about before, this track record of deception. And we don't know what they're planning to do ultimately with the hotel, but we're assuming that they're going to try to turn it into some sort of a luxury hotel and not what it's always been.
Thank you. Yes.
Are they allowed to turn some apartments into hotel rooms?
They probably are, yes, because the Chelsea is classified as a hotel, so and those 80 rooms that they're working on have historically been rented out as transient rooms, so they probably are. The other thing that they've done is they've filed, despite their assurances to the contrary, that when they first took over, they filed approximately 15 eviction cases against long-term tenants, claiming in most cases that they're not stabilized, when in fact they are. My firm is defending 3 or 4 of those. Some of the others have other lawyers, but so they're trying to get as many of the long-term tenants out as possible. They're offering tenants buyouts. It's kind of classic harassment. You know, you come in, you make conditions miserable, you start eviction cases against people, and then you dangle money in front of them in the hope that they'll take it because their lives are so miserable here. It's a kind of harassment we used to see in the 70s and the 80s. It's come back into Chelsea.
And you know, for the tenants that Sam is representing and others in these eviction cases, which are just those tenants are having to find, their own resources to hire Sam and Janet and other lawyers, as opposed to the landlord who just builds this into his building, into his business plan. He just builds harassment into the building plan through the money he has for lawyers. Any other questions from the press?
City council attempt to overturn.
I can't hear you.
Will the city council attempt to overturn the landmarks commission decision?
I'm not sure that we have the authority to overturn that particular decision. Melanie, do you know whether that's the landmarks decision? Is that something that comes to us, or is that a final? No, we do not, unfortunately.
They have overturned the landmarks commission's decision in the past.
It depends on what type of decision. If you look at the charter, there are some landmarks decisions that come to the council, some that don't. Unfortunately, I think far too few come to the council, and we submitted testimony to charter review commission about that. So unfortunately, as I thought, this is not one that will even make its way for confirmation or turnover by the council, unfortunately. But all of the elected officials did submit testimony and tried to fight that determination, as did the community board. But unfortunately, we don't have that authority. Any other questions from the press? We are obviously going to engage all of the city and to whatever degree we can state agencies in this battle as well, and to try to get them to stop and make life harder. Unfortunately, things are not as easy with apartment buildings as we would like them to be.
It's overbuilt. The Chelsea Hotel is currently built, and I believe it's up to, it can be built to 7.5. It's right now built to 9.56. The Chelsea Hotel is overbuilt. So before this even began, so to come forward and try to put a rooftop addition on top of this hotel, to put 300 people partying on the roof of the Chelsea Hotel,
God, what a joke!
Is a willful misrepresentation of what's allowed. And to not point that out in your DOB filings or with landmarks, again shows the track record of misrepresentation, deception that the streets have shown.
In other words, today, this beautiful building could not be built. It's a beautiful building and it's landmarked, and we're happy that we have it. And the issue that is so important is that this landlord, this developer, could simply, as a good faith first step, agree to what he agreed to. But he won't do that now. Now, he's changed the rules of the game. He said he would agree to a contract, if you will, a legally binding before a judge, a way to remediate the problems in the building, and then he broke this promise, he backed up, and said he won't sign it, and that's what we're here for. That is to fix up the conditions which have been, in large part, caused by this development.
And we'll use every agency we can to do that. Thank you, Tom. Any other questions?